I'm Joanne McLeod. We're in beautiful Alberta today where there's unlimited opportunities for cross-country skiing. All it takes is putting on your skis, heading to the trails, and breathing in the fresh air.
Hi, I'm Hal Johnson. So you've been hibernating for fear of freezing your toes. Well, that won't happen. This sport will keep you moving, and therefore you'll keep warm from head to toe. So stay tuned as we glide through the snow. Today on BodyBreak, it's active.
BodyBreak, it's active. BodyBreak, it's active.
BodyBreak, it's active.
Oh, yeah.
With Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod. On today's show, our dietitian Jennifer Andrews will talk about why snacking doesn't always have to include high-fat foods. When you can't make it outside to ski, the next best thing might be a ski machine. Find out what to look for when buying this piece of fitness equipment. And Joanne will have a recipe for an onion soup. This and much more today on BodyBreak, it's active.
BodyBreak, it's active.
We're cross-country skiing today in Canmore, Alberta at the Canmore Nordic Centre. This was the site of the 1988 Olympic Nordic events in the beautiful Rocky Mountains.
In Kananaskis country.
That's right.
This Nordic Centre is considered to have the best developed cross-country skiing and biathlon trails in the world. Biathlon, by the way, combines the sport of cross-country skiing with target shooting. You may see biathletes with their rifles on the trails here. However, the rifles are completely safe. Bolts are removed when the athletes are skiing. When they enter the biathlon target range, the rifle is assembled and loaded. The goal for the athlete is to hit all 5 targets.
Biathlon, you're skiing shorter loops and you have to come in and calm down and take a minute and just totally relax and be able to shoot and then just go as hard as you can again.
Definitely, I think strong legs are a definite aspect of carrying a rifle, carrying that extra weight around on your back, but everything, you gotta have everything pretty much toned up and ready to go.
You get a total aerobic workout, and you get the hills, you get a little bit of everything. By the time you finish here, I think there's not much body fat left at the end of the season. Our cardiovascular is a lot higher compared to, because you can do dry land training, but it's just not the same as when you get on skis. Different muscles come into play, and it's hard. It has been very hard for us, but we're slowly getting there.
I got started in it through cross-country skiing, and there's a range near where I lived, and I saw people shooting there and got involved that way. If there's not a range near your house, it's a bit harder unless you really want to get into it, but the sport's getting really big now and there's a lot more clubs with ranges, so it's easier to get into it if you cross-country ski especially.
Maybe I'll try that someday, but for today, we'll be skiing where many of the athletes from around the world train, as well as the Canadian Nordic team.
Here at Canmore's Nordic Centre, there are 32 kilometers of challenging or competitive cross-country trails, 20 kilometers for biathlon, and 2.5 kilometers of lit tracks for night skiing. This is what every skier should experience. There are also 50 kilometers of trails groomed and tracks set to accommodate the recreational skier.
Joe, just like us, let's hit the trails. There's a certain amount of freedom when you're cross-country skiing, more than any other sport. You can go almost anywhere that there's snow, from a golf course to a conservation park, out your back door to a corner store.
Cross-country skiing gives you a wonderful sense of well-being because while you're moving your body, you have time to appreciate nature and the beautiful snow-covered landscape. And of course, it's quiet.
Cross-country skiing is as varied as the terrain you ski on, from flat, open spaces to narrow trails to steep slopes. Now, there are 4 types of cross-country skiing. Each has its own technique and equipment.
Traditional backcountry skiing is on loose, ungroomed snow in a rustic surrounding, or any place where there are a few inches of snow. Track skiing is on groomed trails at a commercial ski resort. And then there's telemarking, a version of downhill and cross-country skiing on steep slopes or downhill runs. And lastly, skating, a fast-clip version of the sport done on flat, packed terrain.
If you can walk, you can cross-country ski. Well, it's not quite that simple. However, you can learn the basic stride and be gliding in no time. Hal and I have been on and off skiers for several years and finally last year bought some equipment. Now we look forward to the first snowfall and the change it brings to our regular exercise routine.
This sport is an ideal activity for the whole family. And don't worry about the kids, they'll catch on quickly. See, children, they go out and do the best they can. Now, getting you and your family skiing helps to avoid that cabin fever that can sometimes set in over the winter. And many centers offer lessons and programs for adults and children to improve your skiing skills.
The gliding motion is the single most important technique that you'll need to learn. It's the main means of propelling your body forward. The secret of success is practice, practice, and more practice. The skating technique used in cross-country skiing is basically the same as in ice skating. You'll learn to push off the ski, use your poles, and shift your weight. As your balance improves, your confidence will too. Hey, the kids are ready to go. Cross-country skiing is a relatively easy sport to pick up, and with lots of hard work, who knows, I might make the Olympic team.
Yeah, right, Joe. Well, it's a good time to take a break now. However, you don't want to stop for more than 5 minutes. You see, a 5-minute break will get rid of about 30% of the lactic acid buildup in your muscles, which comes when you ski. But little lactic acid is eliminated after 5 minutes, and you run the risk of getting colder, like I am, if you stay out much longer, but I really need a snack.
That sounds good. You know, we recently received an email from one of our viewers, George Anderson from Winnipeg, asking us about snacking. And is it okay to eat them late at night? To answer his question and to tell you more about snacking, here's our dietitian, Jennifer Andrews.
Are you a late night snacker that settles in for the evening in front of the TV with a bowl of potato chips? Or are you a grazer who snacks throughout the day? Snack attacks can strike at any time. If you give in to them, are you doing more harm than good? Well, that depends on when you snack and which snack food you're choosing. Ideally, you would eat breakfast to start the day off and then refuel every 3 to 6 hours. If you go longer than this between meals, chances are you start feeling those hunger pains. Your body's telling you to refuel, so this is the time to reach for a snack. By fueling yourself at regular intervals through the day with low-fat choices such as fruit, your body may actually burn more calories compared to eating a couple of large meals. Refueling regularly can help with weight management. When those munchies hit while watching TV or late at night, ask yourself, are you really physically hungry? Are you eating because you're bored or had a stressful day? If you're not truly hungry, forego the snack. If you need something, have a light, healthy snack that won't ruin your appetite for breakfast the next day. Having a high-fat snack like chips, cake, or chocolate will only weigh you down and leave you feeling sluggish. And chocolate is a source of caffeine, which can keep you from sleeping. Some evening and late-night healthy snacks to grab when the munchies do hit are foods such as low-fat crackers or cookies, breadsticks, bagels, or hot air popcorn. You can even have your own homemade trail mix on hand when this happens. Hal has a combination of cereal, dried fruit, and cinnamon.
I also like to bring this trail mix with me when I ski. It easily fits into my fanny pack.
And Joanne avoids high-fat tortilla chips.
I like to cut pita bread into wedges, place them on a cookie sheet, brush with low-fat salad dressing, and bake them at 375 for about 5 to 10 minutes or until slightly brown. Then use salsa for a dip.
It's okay to eat snacks during the day or at night if you have to. Just make low-fat choices and don't overdo it. You don't want the snacks to affect your sleep or interfere with your appetite for other important meals. Well, here's to my snack attack. Wow, salsa's hot.
Up next, when you can't make it outside to ski, the next best thing is a ski machine. Find out what to look for when buying this piece of fitness equipment. And I'll have a recipe for a low-fat onion soup. Stay tuned.
BodyBreak is active.
Keep fit.
Cross-country skiing is not only fun, but when you ski, all your major muscle groups are active. Your arms, legs, back, abs, and chest muscles. This activity will improve your overall physical fitness, and the more you ski, the less and less tired you'll be after a day on the trails. For many people, they turn to a ski machine for aerobic conditioning. To tell you more about what to look for when buying a ski machine, here's Hal and Chris.
Well, I like to ski outside, but the next best thing, if you can't get outside, is to ski inside. And today, Chris is going to show me a little bit about ski machines and what you should look for in ski machines. Now, Chris, I'm a consumer that comes in, I go, geez, I really like to ski. Is this the right product for me?
Well, if you really like skiing and you want to work out and have an opportunity to do your skiing on days that maybe you don't have time to go out or the weather just isn't there, a ski machine is probably a great investment for you. There's two basic types of ski machines out there. There's ski machines where the feet are hooked together. If one foot goes forward, the other foot is forced to move backwards. And then there's ski machines out there where the feet move independently. It's pretty important that you choose a model that has the ability to have the feet move independently. Reason being is if you have a unit where the feet are connected, one leg's going to do a little bit more work than the other one, and you're not going to work out evenly. It's important you work out evenly to avoid injury. You've got to remember, this is going to be a total body workout. It's going to work your whole body. Not everyone's whole body is up to 20 minutes of cross-country skiing or longer. Somebody that doesn't ski already, this may not be the best choice for them. We recommend that you wear some loose-fitting clothing and you wear your runners and get on the machines. A smooth machine is important to you. A machine that uses more welds and fewer bolts is going to be important to you. And most ski machines use a flywheel. The heavier the flywheel, typically the smoother the motion. Make sure you can get servicing on it.
Well, let me see if I can wear it out. Let me grab on there. Like I said, I like doing it outside better than indoors, but when you can't get outside, this is great. Well, see you later.
Whether or not you use a ski machine to keep in shape, one thing's for sure, you'll enjoy skiing more if you're fit. So get fit and try to stay that way all year round. Now here are some skiers who enjoy the sport.
I most enjoy just being able to get out and go for 12K and just have a nice relaxing ski and then go home. And it doesn't take up the whole day, but you get really good exercise and you get to meet great people.
When I was a teenager, I just had the opportunity to go into the mountains and explore, go winter camping with skis on, cross-country skis on, just drew me to the west. I'm sure you know the feeling of floating on fresh snow on skis. It's just amazing. Just a great sensation. It's really reinforces family values, the other families involved. I don't know, Luke, why do you like doing this?
Because I like moving.
You like moving? Yeah?
Dad, come on, let's go.
Okay, you go first. I'm gonna follow you.
Just love to be outdoors.
For me, it's just an incentive to try and keep up with the group and get back into shape. This is our third lesson this year, and this is the only thing I've done in a year and a half, and I can feel the difference after I've exercised.
Well, I think here I enjoy being out in the mountains. It just energizes you for the day. Just so beautiful, and you feel good. Sometimes just try to, get off at noon and just come up and have a quick ski and then get back to work. It's easy not to get out if it feels cold out, but then like today it's cold, but it's invigorating, so it's worth the effort. Something like skiing, you can do it until you're old, and I find when we moved out here, my kids were not as good as I was at skiing, and now they passed me in 2 years. But I could still ski until I'm 60 or 70.
Up next, get your pen and paper ready. Joanne has a low-fat onion soup. Stay tuned.
BodyBreak is active.
Have fun.
We often don't equate drinking water when it's cold outside. However, even being active in this environment can cause you to become dehydrated very quickly. So drink plenty of water before you start out and carry an extra bottle with you. Also, try to avoid the temptation of eating snow because it can make you thirstier or even worse. Also, don't drink any alcohol or light wine. Any stimulation you get from it isn't going to do you any good. Now, if you want something to keep you warm, bring a thermos with some hot chocolate or soup, or have some ready at home. Well, here's Joanne with a great tasting soup recipe.
I have a recipe that will have you enjoying hot onion soup any time of the year, and it's lower in fat. Start by sauteing 5 cups of onions on high heat. No, the sweeter the better. Then 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of water. And we'll stir that until the onions start to become soft. Stir in 1½ teaspoons of sugar and 1½ teaspoons of flour. I'll mix that together and saute a little bit more. Now add 5 cups of beef broth or stock. There we go. And we'll mix that together. Then cover, reduce the heat to medium, and let simmer for about 20 minutes. Now pour the soup into individual oven-proof soup bowls. Toast 2 slices of whole wheat bread, no crust, cut them into quarters, and add to the top of each soup bowl. Now mix together a ½ cup of shredded light cheddar cheese. You can use mild, medium, or old, and a ½ cup of shredded light mozzarella. Both of these cheeses are lower in fat, therefore lowering the total amount of fat in this traditionally higher fat soup. Now sprinkle the cheese over the toast and broil just until the cheese is melted. Now let's take a look at the nutritional analysis and the ingredients for this onion soup. There's approximately 202 calories per bowl, 15.6 grams of protein, 6.6 grams of fat, and 4.3 grams of fiber. Here are the ingredients again. 1 tablespoon of water, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 5 cups of onions, 1½ teaspoons of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons of sugar, 5 cups of beef stock or broth, 2 slices of whole wheat bread, a ½ cup of shredded light cheddar cheese, and ½ cup of shredded light mozzarella cheese.
Something hot right now really hit the spot, Joe. Come on, I'm hungry.
Stay tuned for what's on next week's show.
BodyBreak is active.
It's active. One of the things things we like about cross-country skiing is that it gets you out of the house. And boy, do you feel good after a day of skiing.
Oh, you sure do. Get to knock Joanne over, too. Well, next week we're going to be doing a little bit of gliding. However, we're not going to be wearing as many clothes.
What?
Let's take a look at what's on next week's show.
We're heading to San Diego, California, where you can inline skate everywhere. Along the Pacific coast, its many boardwalks and famous landmarks like Cabrillo Park. During the skate, find out how you can test your balance to improve your skating skills. And Joanne will bring home a little bit of that Mexican cuisine. She has a low-fat Mexican enchilada. So join us next week on BodyBreak It's Active to explore this Southwest city while being active.
Hey, that looks like fun. Snow to sun.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. Well, until next time, keep fit and have fun.
BodyBreak is active. BodyBreak is active.
Thanks for watching this video.
And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the BodyBreak channel for more awesome videos.
Until next time, keep fit and have fun.